Pronouns are words, like I, he, and they, that are used to replace nouns that have already been mentioned in speech or writing to avoid redundancy, which can be used to refer to others or oneself. Pronouns function just like nouns in that they can be part of a noun phrase as a subject or used as an object for a verb. There are 7 types of pronouns in the English language: personal pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, interrogative pronouns, relative pronouns, indefinite pronouns, reflexive pronouns, and intensive pronouns. Personal pronouns are associated with specific people, things, or groups, and they all have distinct forms to indicate singular or plural, with the exception of you, which can be both singular and plural. They can be divided into 2 main groups: subject pronouns and object pronouns. Subject pronouns are typically found at the beginning of sentences and before verbs, and object pronouns are typically found at the end of sentences following verbs. The subject pronouns are as follows: I, you, singular; he, she, it, we, you, plural; and they. The object pronouns are as follows: me, you, singular; him, her, it, us, you, plural; and them. In the sentence, I will call them, I is a subject pronoun, and them is an object pronoun. Demonstrative pronouns are used to point out specific things within a sentence. There are 4 demonstrative pronouns: this, that, these, and those. This and that are both singular. This is used to indicate something that is close or can be touched, and that is used to indicate something that is at a distance or that cannot be touched. These and those are both plural. These is used to indicate a group of things that are close or can be touched, and those is used to indicate a group of things that is at a distance or cannot be touched. In the sentence, these are mine, and those are yours. Both these and those are plural demonstrative pronouns. Let's pretend that they are replacing the noun grapes. These grapes would indicate the ones close to or that can be touched by the speaker or writer, and those grapes would indicate the ones that are separated and cannot be touched by the speaker or writer. Interrogative pronouns are pronouns that introduce questions, like who, whom, whose, what, and which. These are easily identifiable as they generally appear at the beginning of questions. Who and whom are often confused, but they can be distinguished by the fact that who replaces the subject of the sentence and whom replaces the object. In the first question, who will come, who replaces the subject pronoun, I, and the second question, whom will you tell, whom replaces the object pronoun, my friend. Relative pronouns refer to an object that is mentioned previously, and they act to introduce a clause that acts as an adjective to the object or subject pronoun to a sentence while simultaneously avoiding redundancy and forming a compound complex sentence. Some common relative pronouns are who, which, that, whom, and whose. There are 2 types of relative clauses: restrictive or essential and non-restrictive or non-essential. Non-restrictive relative clauses are set apart from the main clause by the use of commas and can never use the relative pronoun, that. Finally, we encourage you to watch this channel's video on relative clauses as it offers a great deal more information regarding their use. In the sentence, the car that sped by us was really nice, the relative clause is that sped by us, and it is acting as an adjective describing the object, car. Indefinite pronouns refer to one or many unspecified things, people, or places, like in something, someone, and somewhere. There is no set position for where indefinite pronouns are positioned within sentences, and some common indefinite pronouns are anyone, somebody, whichever, whoever, other, something, and nobody. In the example, take whatever you like from the fridge for lunch. Whatever is the indefinite pronoun, and as we can see, it is positioned behind the verb in the imperative statement. Whatever is referring to any of the food that is in the fridge by the speaker or writer in this context. Reflexive pronouns always refer back to the subject of the sentence or clause that they are used in, and they always follow the adverb, adjective, pronoun, or noun to which they refer. Singular reflexive pronouns end in the suffix, self, and plural reflexive pronouns end in the suffix, selves. Each subject pronoun has a respective reflexive pronoun, such as I, and myself, he, and himself, they, and themselves, and so on. In the sentence, she baked herself a cake, the reflexive pronoun is herself, and it refers to the subject of the sentence, she. Intensive pronouns are very similar to reflexive pronouns, but they do not refer back to the subject of sentences. Instead, they work to reinforce the action of the sentence performed by the subject, that is, it emphasizes the subject's performance of an action. In the sentence, she will complete the assignment herself. Herself is the intensive pronoun that reinforces the action, will complete, which will be performed by the subject, she. Reciprocal pronouns are not generally covered when discussing pronouns in full, as there are only two of them, one another and each other. They exist as an eighth type of pronoun, and they are used to stop unnecessary repetition in sentences and allow speakers and writers to be more efficient at reinforcing collective ideas or reciprocal actions. In the sentence, Mary and John gave each other gifts, the reciprocal pronoun, each other, allows the speaker or writer to be more efficient in communicating the reciprocal nature of the action of gift giving. Thanks for stopping by, and we hope that your understanding of pronouns, as used in the English language, has improved. If you have further questions, please see the links in the description to this video and feel free to view some other videos on this channel, as they can assist you in bettering your understanding of the English language. Please like, share, and subscribe, and as always, good luck.